Marvel's Spidey and his amazing friends, a day with Black Panther. With a twist of his webs, Spin swings across the city park beneath his mask. He grins at the sight of the sleek silver ship soaring across the sky. He lands in a big grassy field just as the ship touches down. Hello, my friend. It is so good to see you, Black Panther says. You too, Black Panther, Spin says happily. Ready for your tour of New York City? Black Panther is excited to see all Spin's favorite places. Their first stop, Moe's Pizzeria for some yummy mushroom and eggplant pizza with extra cheese. Spin hops on the Panther patroller, and he and Black Panther head down a park path. They can't wait to go to Moe's, but their ride is interrupted by an awful sound coming from the park stage. Wait, what is that noise? Black Panther asks. I don't know. Let's check it out, Spin replies. As they drive toward the stage, the noise grows louder. Spin sees Electro hovering above the stage, singing and rocking out on an electric guitar. Unfortunately, she can't sing it or play very well. A boy named Simon is supposed to be on stage playing bagpipes, but Electro is hogging the spotlight. With a twist of his web shooter, Spin takes Electro's guitar away from her. Concerts over, Electro, Spin says as he jumps off the Panther patroller. These people did not come to hear you play, Black Panther adds. The people who gathered to hear Simon's bagpipes cheer loudly. They don't like Electro's concert one bit, but Electro doesn't care. She is having fun. She hurls balls of electricity at Spin and Black Panther, who dodge them easily. You're ruining everyone else's fun, Black Panther says. Time to let someone else take the stage, Spin says. Then he twists his webs and wraps up Electro, giving the web a yank. He pulls Electro off stage and webs her to the wall. Simon's recital is back on. Simon takes the stage and he thanks the heroes, and then he starts to play. The crowd loves his music. Ruin my fun this time, will they? Electro says. With a burst of electricity, she frees himself with spit from Spin's webs. Pointing at Spin and Black Panther, she says, well, next time I'll ruin your fun. How about that? Electro escapes and flies away from the stage. Spin and Black Panther take off to follow her, but Electro is too far ahead. Looking at the counter stage, Spin says, at least she won't bother these people anymore. Black Panther agrees, and since they stopped Electro from causing trouble, he suggested that they go get that pizza now. Yes, Spin shouts as he jumps on the Panther patroller. Pizza, here we come. But as Spin and Black Panther drive away, they don't notice Electro peeking out from behind a big rock. On second thought, maybe I'll follow them and ruin their fun right now, Electro says gleefully as she uses her electricity powers to fly after them. Soon, Spin and Black Panther are having an awesome pizza lunch at Moe's. Moe's asks Black Panther what he's doing in New York City. My friend is showing me all his favorite things about the city, Black Panther says. Spin says he's taking Black Panther to Times Square to see the giant video screens. Then they'll take the subway. And last, they'll go to the museum to see the new dinosaur fossil. Little do the heroes know that Electro has been sleepwalking, listening to every word. She can't wait to spoil their day of fun. Hey guys, Electro says, springing out from her hiding spot. I think that pizza needs a little more baking. She hurls a ball of electricity at the pizza, turning it into a big burned mess. Electro laughs at her prank. While the heroes are distracted, she flies over to the Panther patroller and plops down in the driver's seat. With a jar of electricity, Electro starts the Panther patroller and drives away. Later, fellas, she shouts. Spin and Black Panther race off to catch Electro. Electro rushes to Times Square where she sees Mr. Calabasa, a hot dog vendor waiting on a customer. Mr. Calabasa is happy because his face is on one of the big video screens today. It's a dream come true, Mr. Calabasa says, but that dream is about to become a nightmare. Electro knocks the hot dog cart over the Panther patroller. Spin and Black Panther are close behind and show up seconds later. Black Panther looks at all the big video screens in Times Square. Wow, he says, look at this place. Spin says this is one of the spots he's wanted to show Black Panther. How about if I show him this instead? Electro shouts as he tosses a ball of electricity at the big screen with Mr. Calabasa in it. Spin deflects the burst up with a web ball. Electro hurls another blast, but Black Panther intercepts it. His vibranium armor absorbs the bolt of electricity. Electro moans and says, "You two are spoiling my fun. I am supposed to be spoiling your fun." With a shrug, Electro announces that she's going to mess up the subway instead. She speeds off in the Panther patroller. "We will stop her," Black Panther says. The hero sprints after Electro as Spin twists a web and swings into action. A few minutes later, Electro drives down the stairs to the subway. People leap out of the baddie's way and as she races onto the subway platform and jumps onto the tracks. "Out of my way, everyone," Electro shrieks as she drives the Panther patrol down the rails. I got her to get even when a couple of superheroes, rubbing her hands together, Electro glances down at the Panther patroller's dashboard. What do these controls do? She wonders aloud, looking at the button with 3 marks on it. She presses the button and claws pop out of the Panther's patroller's tires. Electro takes off down the tunnel and the claws on the Panther patroller begin destroying the tracks. The heroes arrive and tell Electro to stop, but the baddie is having too much fun and speeds off. "We can't let her ruin the subway," Spin says. "People need it. It's how they get around the city." Suddenly, a loud horn blares. Light shine from the opposite end of the tunnel. A subway train is approaching. The heroes will have to fix the tracks later, quickly. Using his super strength, Black Panther straightens the metal tracks. Spin twists webs to keep them in place. They leap off the tracks just as the subway train approaches, and it passes them safely. "Phew, that was close," Black Panther says. "Yeah, and Electro got away," Spin adds. But Black Panther has an idea where they might find her. He says that Electro ruined their meal at Moe's, then he messed up Times Square, and then the subway, Spin says. "All the places I was going to take you." Electro must have overheard them talking. That means Electro's final stop must be the museum. The heroes head for the museum. They don't have a moment to lose. Inside the museum, at that very moment, Mr. Von Carney is showing a large dinosaur fossil to a group of students. "This is the museum's most spectacular fossil," he says. "It's a bone from a giant dinosaur that stood as tall as a 4-story building." The student's viewing is cut short by the sudden arrival of Electro on the Panther patroller. Mr. Von Carney is not happy. He tells Electro to take the Panther patroller and go. "This is a museum, not a speedway." "Okay," Electro says a little too easily. "First, I'll just take a round." She makes a quick turn, slamming the Panther patroller into the giant dinosaur fossil. It begins to teeter as Electro grins and says, "Oops, did I do that?" Mr. Von Carney tries to hold up the enormous fossil, but it's too heavy. It is smashes to the ground. It will break into tiny pieces. Even if the thought of it makes Electro happy, she's having so much fun. But just then, Spin and Black Panther arrive at the museum. Before Electro reacts, Spin twists webs at the baddie, trapping for her. Then Black Panther uses his incredible strength to catch the falling dinosaur fossil. It holds it while Spin twists a web at the fossil and pulls it back into place. Mr. Von Carney thanks the heroes for saving the fossil from Electro. Speaking of Electro, she's nowhere to be seen. Where did she go? Well, at least she left my patroller, Black Panther says. Black Panther tells that Spin they will head back to the park and put the Panther patroller on his ship. But Electro is hiding in the museum and overhears them. She wants to steal Black Panther's ship. Electro gets to the park first and climbs aboard the ship. She starts the engines just as the heroes arrive. Thinking fast, Spin twists a web, trying to hold back the ship, but the engines are too strong. Black Panther tells Spin to twist another web and attach it to the Panther patroller. He activates the claws, and the vehicle digs into the ground. Together, Spin and Black Panther keep the ship from leaving, but Electro pours on the power. Luckily, a bunch of the people Spin and Black Panther helped to carry earlier arrive to return the flavor. Spin twists webs from them, and everyone holds back the ship while Black Panther removes the vehicle's power source. As Spin webs up Electro once and for all, Mr. Von Carney tells the baddie, "This is our city." Simon says, "Don't mess with it." The end.